trip to Vegas on the line for Steph and the Warriors, and this one tonight ended in some serious controversy. Two games in the NBA tonight, two trips to Las Vegas at stake in the play that everybody's going to be discussing tomorrow. This one right here. Warriors are 2-6 in their last 8 games, looking for a big win in Houston. They started off with Jonathan Kuminga with the and one, now Curry in the corner. Later in the first, by now we know all about these Rockets led by that man. Şengün having an amazing start to this ball game, but the Rockets consistently do it by committee. Low scoring first quarter. The Warriors, by the way, have won 15 in a row against this Houston franchise. Steph gives them nightmares. These Rockets are not those Rockets, though. These Rockets have a defensive identity that is off the charts. A turnover there leading to points in transition, then Curry, the careless pass, and more points in transition for the Rockets. Still early in the second, more from that Rockets defense. Jalen Green just rips it from Lindy Waters, and then check out the dime. Şengün showing off the passing, Amen Thompson highlighting the defense. Amen doing it on defense, now it's Mr. Showstoppers time, Jalen Green. Houston up by 10 and having fun in this first half. Green again with the pullback. End of this first half though, Steph showing that the Rockets are not the only team with a great defense. Curry rips it and scores it. Third quarter, the Warriors were down by as many as 14 points, but now they are storming back in this one. Curry with the and one cuts it to 2. Warriors continuing to charge ahead in the third. All tied up now late in the third, and I swear this dude is their X factor, Buddy Buckets. When he's hitting his shots, the offense just starts to hum. Warriors up by 1 in the fourth, that championship pedigree starting to show. Draymond showing off his playmaking, but on the other end, the Rockets have an elite playmaker of their own. Warriors up by 1, 7:20 to go. Draymond going to work in the post. Warriors up by 1, 6 minutes to go. Curry is on the bench, but Lindy Waters stepping up. Now it's a 1-point Warriors lead. Curry still on the bench, but Podziemski with a big 3. Very next possession, Curry back in the game. Kuminga from the corner. It felt like it was over at this point. Down by 6, a minute 20 to go, and this is why this team cannot be taken lightly. They just don't quit. Van Vliet for 3, cuts it down to 3. Now with 30 seconds to go, there should be all-star. Warriors up by 1, 16 seconds to go. The Rockets elect not to foul, and this is when chaos would ensue. Curry misses the 3, and on this loose ball scramble, a foul is called right there on Jonathan Kuminga by referee Billy Kennedy. Now you tell me what you see. Personally, by the letter of the law, I can see how it's a foul right there. Regardless of who the foul is on or against, personally, I would rather just let these late game situations play out as much as possible. I didn't like this call by Billy Kennedy, and obviously neither did Steve Kerr. So Jalen Green steps up to the line. He would make both of his free throws to give the Rockets a lead. Final chance for Golden State. They want to get the ball to Steph. The Rockets know it's coming, so he passes it to Podziemski, and the Rockets defense steps up again. Rockets win by 1. This is what the in-season tournament is supposed to be all about, giving young stars like Alpi and Şengün and the Rockets a chance to showcase themselves on the national stage, and that's exactly what he did. This is what the NBA had in mind when they made this tournament. For the first time since 2020, the Rockets have beaten the Warriors, and now they're headed to Vegas to play Oklahoma City on Saturday. For the Warriors, obviously some questionable calls here in this fourth quarter, a reason to be frustrated with the refs. But also, though, you can't tell me that a legend like Steph Curry does not know to take this clock all the way down on this shot. This was an early shot attempt, and it probably cost them the win. Elsewhere in the NBA today, the Hawks pull off another upset. They beat the Knicks as Trae Young dances his way to Vegas. It is so fun and so refreshing to see genuine rivalries blossom in the NBA, and Trae in New York is definitely one of them. Full recap of this game can be found on my page at the end of the game. Trae rolling the dice right on the Knicks logo at center court. So now we're set for the semifinals on Saturday in Vegas. Atlanta and Milwaukee will be the first game, followed up by the Rockets and the Thunder, the battle of two of the most exciting young teams in the West. Now, personally, I had the Rockets at the beginning, and I'm going to stick with it. I got the Rockets going all the way. Who do you have? In other news today, Scottie Barnes is expected to miss a few weeks with a right ankle injury suffered on Monday. This is coming in a season that Barnes is averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. He's having an amazing season. Hope we get to see him back very soon. And also today we had the Jimmy Butler saga continuing. Jimmy on his future with the Miami Heat, quote, "Who knows? My kids matter, my happiness matters, my well-being matters, and my family matters." And this was the big story of the day from the Jimmy news. Shams tweeted that Jimmy Butler's agent Bernie Lee had indicated that Jimmy was open to Phoenix as a potential trade suitor along with Dallas, Houston, and Golden State. But then Bernie Lee himself responded to Shams saying this, quote, "All right, listen, I gave you a pass yesterday because I was busy, but if you don't stop putting my name on your complete and utter made-up BS because you know you normally aren't worth my time to acknowledge, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm a middle-aged dad, but just know it would indicate severe dislike. World, all this is fabricated. I have never, and honestly, it wouldn't help me or the position I represent to do anything that's been reported by said quote-unquote journalist." You can decipher that however you wish. We know there's going to be a lot of news involving Jimmy as the trade deadline approaches. He's a free agent at the end of the season. Personally, I still think it would be a shock to see him in any other team's uniform besides the Miami Heat. But I also thought the same thing about Dwayne Wade at the end of his career, and we all remember how that ended up. By the way, tomorrow we're back to business as usual. Only 3 games to go through. No NBA Cup, including Jimmy's Heat, who have been playing a lot better recently, hosting the beat-up Raptors. Celtics and Pistons from Boston, and the Kings playing the banged-up Pelicans in New Orleans.